Because we are in relationship with God, we're talking about two different beings. There's you and I, humans, created in God's image. And then there's the being of God, which is not human, not created, eternal, and remarkably higher than us, higher than we could measure. And yet, by his grace, he reaches down. Just one example from Isaiah 55. Listen to how God describes himself when it comes to how he thinks as a being versus how we think as his created beings. He says, "My thoughts are nothing like your thoughts, says the Lord, and my ways are far beyond anything you could imagine." That's Isaiah 55:8. We have to remember that when we're in a relationship with God, we're having a conversation with somebody. Now, it's not the same as you and I. We know that. We've established that. And yet he condescends in a good way. Usually being condescending is bad, but God condescends. He steps down to where we're at, and we have a conversation. And the longer you converse and commune with the holy God, the more you realize how different he is from you and I. He's holy. We are not holy on our own. He's righteous. We are not righteous on our own. He is majestic. We are not. He is perfect. We are not. At least I am not. And yet God somehow, through his grace and mercy and the mystery of Christ, pulls us up to where he's at. In Ephesians, Paul says that we're seated with Christ in the heavenly places. And then he also says in 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians 2, he reminds us, you have the mind of Christ. So when it comes to how we live and how we walk and how we work, I'm talking about whatever you're going to do today, whatever. If you remember that you have God with you and that his thoughts and his ways are higher and greater than anything you could carry out, there is an opportunity for us to remember God's presence, to submit to his will and his mind in things, and to trust him enough to make the decisions that he would make if Jesus were in our place, if he were living our life. What would Jesus do today different from what you might do today? To go into a mindset, or go into a day rather, with the mindset of really having two minds, like I bring my own thoughts and my own, perspective, which is broken and shattered by my very nature, and yet I'm redeemed by Christ. And whatever I do today, I can either carry out my thoughts or I can seek the Lord, find out what he thinks, what he likes, what he wants, and carry out his thoughts. There's two ways to go about today. Which one are you going to do? And I would challenge us both, just you and I in this brief conversation. Let's remind each other and encourage each other to have the mind of Christ, whatever we do today, in whatever circumstance you find yourself in. It's not that Jesus is just interested in merely spiritual, church, or religious things. We walk with him daily in every moment. So yeah, there are two minds, God's mind and your mind. And the idea is to know his mind so well that he actually begins to shape and mold the way that we think. That's what it is to have a God who is higher than us and yet to have the mind of Christ. Ooh, that's a good way to live. That's RadCast.